She wanted an open marriage as an anniversary gift. When I refused, she disappeared that same night. So, I vanished from her life for good. My name's Eric, 41. I was married to Natalie, 37, for 7 years. We'd been together for 11. From the outside, people thought we were perfect. One of those dink couples, dual income, no kids. We traveled often, dined out on weeknights just because we could, and had our little rituals. Pizza and wine every Friday. Weekend getaways every few months. Summers in Europe or Hawaii. We didn't want children. We just wanted to live, love, and enjoy life. For years, that's exactly what it felt like, until our 7th anniversary. It started like every other celebration we had. Natalie always made those days special. I was never great at picking gifts. I'm the kind of guy who panic buys a gift card at the last minute. So early in our relationship, we made a deal. She'd give me a list of 3 gift ideas a month before any big occasion. I'd pick one, or sometimes all 3 if I could afford it. She still got the surprise, and I avoided the last-minute scramble. It worked. We were happy. But this year, she never gave me the list. I asked her about it a few times, but she brushed it off, saying she had something different in mind. Said it wasn't a material thing, but something that would mean a lot. I thought maybe she was planning a surprise trip or something sentimental, like a scrapbook. Natalie loved doing romantic, dramatic gestures, so I didn't question it. 2 nights before our anniversary, I came home from work exhausted, and the house felt surreal. Soft music was playing, candles glowing, and the attic was transformed into a cozy hideaway. She was wearing the same lingerie from our honeymoon. Everything felt perfect. She took my hand, led me upstairs, poured my favorite wine, and whispered, "Tonight, I'm going to tell you what I want for our anniversary." I was curious, excited, open. But what she said next wasn't romantic, or even remotely close. She wanted an open marriage. She said we were still young, that we should experience more before we get old. Then she admitted she'd already found a couple, other newbies like us, and had been chatting with them online. She even arranged a meeting. At first, I thought she was joking. I laughed. But she wasn't smiling. I asked how long she'd been planning this. That's when she confessed she'd been watching videos and reels about couples who claimed open marriages saved their relationships. YouTube, Instagram, she'd gone down a rabbit hole. Curiosity turned to obsession, and now she wanted to drag me into it too. When I said no, politely but firmly, she tried to sell me on the idea. She even showed me photos of the woman and said, "Come on, isn't she your type?" My stomach turned. I told her again that I wasn't interested. She whispered, "Most husbands would be thrilled. You get to sleep with another woman." But I wasn't most husbands. I told her this wasn't what I signed up for. I didn't want to share her. We weren't some couple trying to reignite a dead spark. We were fine. We still had dates, vacations, passion, connection. Then she said the words I'll never forget. "You don't own me." I went quiet. The argument escalated. She called me old-fashioned, said I was stuck in the past. When she realized I wouldn't give in, she stormed off to bed. I slept on the couch. 2 days later, our actual anniversary, she was cold and distant. I made her pancakes. She didn't eat. Just said she had a meeting and walked out. That night, she didn't come home. I didn't need to ask where she was. She returned the next morning, smudged makeup, messy hair, smelling of perfume and alcohol. I was sitting in the living room, sipping my coffee, feeling numb. "So," I asked, "how is it?" She didn't flinch. I went out with my coworkers. Crashed at Mindy's. I looked her dead in the eye. "I know the truth." She sighed, then snapped, "You can't stop me from living my life." I nodded. "No, I can't. But I can leave it." I'd already packed my essentials and moved everything to the attic, which had a separate entrance from the garage. I called it my dungeon, my escape. That same day, I found a divorce lawyer. I'd been recording everything since her first confession, voice memos, conversations, just in case. When my lawyer heard the part where she said, "You don't own me," I'm doing this with or without your approval. He said that was enough to file. Over the next few weeks, I quietly moved out. Found a small one-bedroom apartment across town. When the divorce papers were ready, I had them delivered without warning. I wasn't there when she got them, but my lawyer told me she called the office crying. Then she blew up my phone, texts, voicemails, begging me to talk. I didn't reply. That night, I went back to collect the last of my things. She was sitting in the living room, mascara streaked, holding an old vacation photo. She looked up at me with red eyes and whispered, "I didn't mean for it to go this far. I love you. Please, we can fix this." For a split second, I saw the woman I once knew. But that moment passed. "You made your choice," I told her, "and I made mine." I left without looking back. 18 months later, the aftermath. Natalie tried to fight the divorce, claiming I'd abandoned her. Her lawyer even tried to paint me as controlling. But then my lawyer played the recordings in court. Natalie broke down. Under oath, she admitted she'd slept with 2 men on our anniversary, not the couple she'd mentioned, but random strangers she met on an app. She said she was angry, impulsive, and regretted it. I didn't react. I'd already accepted that the woman I loved no longer existed. The judge finalized the divorce. We sold the house and split the assets. She didn't get a dime in alimony. She earned more than I did, and her behavior spoke for itself. But I wasn't done yet. Natalie worked as an HR manager at a major ad agency, the same company where her friend Mindy had introduced her to all that free love nonsense. Mindy had been spreading it to younger employees, turning work parties into empowerment nights. It was a ticking time bomb, and Natalie, in her position, had done nothing to stop it. On tape, she'd even admitted to joining that lifestyle while holding a role meant to protect workplace ethics. So, after the divorce was finalized, I filed an anonymous complaint. I included the recordings, her own confessions. A week later, she was fired. She called me screaming, saying I should have done it during the divorce so she could claim spousal support. Now she had nothing. I told her the truth. "You did this to yourself." Then I blocked her number for good. So where am I now? Starting fresh. It doesn't feel like victory. It feels like surviving a wreck. Like crawling out of the ruins of something beautiful that someone else burned down. Some people say I went too far. Maybe I did. But I never cheated. I never lied. I never broke my vows. I just refused to let someone turn our marriage into an experiment, then gaslight me for not joining in. Final thoughts. If you're in a relationship where you're made to feel boring for having boundaries, that's not love. Love is loyalty. It's building something together, not seeing how many people you can explore while pretending it's growth. I didn't set her life on fire.
She did.
I just walked away before I got burned.